First of all, I'd just like to begin by thanking Ahmed for giving me the intro that I had actually forgotten. Now I formulated a new one. If you don't know if you can't infer what I mean by that is, what I mean by that is that my topic is actually, what can music truly do for you? So, what can music truly do for you? I'm gonna get to that. But let me just give you my ideas about music first of all. The thing about music for me is that, to say that I love music would be an understatement, definitely. Because the thing about me is that no matter what the problem is, I always find a way to integrate music. It doesn't matter what would happen, I integrate it. It really doesn't matter. The thing is that I'm not going to lie and say that I love all types of music, because that would be insane. But the thing is that I'm making this speech to say that it's not my right to judge what type of music you like. It really isn't. Because us as people, there's a variety of personalities, just as there is a variety of different types of music. And the thing about that is that I have a awesome sob story for you guys to feel bad about me, honestly. The thing is that for a while I was bullied, and the thing was that music really got me through that. I'm gonna talk about that more, I promise. But the thing is that after everything that music has done for me, I feel like it doesn't get enough recognition. And that's the thing that really annoys me. That's the thing that really makes me upset. It makes me morose, sad. So, yeah. The thing about music is that in the world that we live in today, I feel like music is listened to and just listed as what music is. And honestly, I'm not buying it. I really not. Because music has not failed me yet. It really hasn't. In my life, music has only empowered me, it has only made me stronger. The thing is that the first, I think, mainstream song that I listened to was actually Not Afraid, yes, by Eminem. And the thing was that I listened to that song, I listened to that entire song like at least 36,000 million times. And I loved every lyric in it, honestly. The one lyric that really made me stronger was this lyric. It was, although staring down at me, I'm tearing down your balcony. Okay, that sounds extremely violent and terrible. It is, I promise. It is a supposedly empowering song, and that's what it is to me. It empowered me, made me stronger. It made me say no to the person that I was more afraid of than the boogeyman. Made me feel much better about myself. I was terrified. Honestly, the thing is that I was terrified to do this. I still am, honestly. I'm terrified. And I'm right here because I decided that today I'm going to calm down, I'm going to saddle up, and I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to do this. And I did it. But the thing about music is that it helped me get through to somebody that I never thought I would get through. And the thing about the lyric that I told you about was that, other than the fact that it just empowered me, I took it metaphorically and I took it literally. Because this lyric meant so many things to me. Because metaphorically, this bully staring down on me, this bully, I had nightmares about him. And I felt like he could step on me in my nightmares because metaphorically, he was like the size of a tower. He was towering over me, but literally, he was like twice my size when I was 10. Yeah. So as a person that was bullied for like 5 years of his life, and I have become an avid listener. I really have. It doesn't make me feel much better. And saying no to the person that I was terrified of my entire life, the person that I actually was 10-year-old, exchanged for the boogeyman, the thing that came out of your closet in the middle of the night. To say no to that person was insane to me. But I did. I did it. Now, I was gonna actually say the intro, but because Ahmed gave an awesome song, I was like, okay, you know what, let's talk about that. But the thing was that my mother actually told me a story yesterday, which I'm actually gonna tell you guys right now. Is that when I was a baby, when I was first born, my mother used to play certain CDs for me, music. And she told me that I used to calm down and I would just fall asleep. And I was like, really? Is that why I like music so much? And she was like, I don't know, but just use it in your speech. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll use it in my speech. So I did, and here I am now. So one question I always asked myself was, why can music transmit emotion so well? Why do I feel like it is so much better? It's so great at transmitting emotions. The reason why it transmits emotions so well is what I searched actually explained that to me. And the thing was that I searched this a while ago actually because I wanted to find out why. Why was it so powerful to me? So searched online, internet, Google, and I found that there was something called the note theory. Or it wasn't called the note theory, but I like over dramatic names, so I'm calling it the note theory. Anyway, so basically what the note theory says is that over thousands of years, us as human beings, yes, we have existed obviously, and over thousands of years, music has existed also. And over these thousands of years, it basically says that music has merged with us. We have become one. And music runs in our blood, It is part of us. It is why we can feel music. We don't just hear it. The thing is that in our brain, it is said that we have certain notes engraved in our brain, which mean certain sequence of notes actually, which are engraved in our brain, which mean certain emotions. So you're listening to a sad song, and you hear a certain sad melody, anything, and this sequence of notes is activated, and you feel sad. It's emotion, And that was actually extremely awesome to me. I loved that. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Now, the next point that I'm actually going to talk about is a little bit of, and a lot of people would say that it's overly simplified, and yeah, it is. It really is. But the thing about the next point is that we all know that, in psychology, we all know, okay, that the left hemisphere, we have the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. The brain. We have the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. So the left hemisphere is more for English, languages and math, and the right hemisphere is more for creativity and art. So what this is basically, what I'm basically saying is, what is music in the brain? Is it what part of the brain does it belong to? The right hemisphere, or the right hemisphere, or the left hemisphere? And I believe that more than anything, the music doesn't belong to any of them. It belongs to both of them. Because without creativity, music wouldn't be music, and obviously without language, okay, music would still be music, but moreover, music would still be lesser than it was. Now, the thing is that I was writing this speech, and I thought, okay, this can't be all music is. It just can't. There has to be more to this, and there is. There actually is. Music is one of the only things in my life that I feel like people can't judge me for. Listen to my favorite song. Some people go, why are you listening to that? Because it makes me feel good about myself, and I let it know. It's cool. So that's why I love it so much. It's amazing to me. So when people come to judge music, it kind of infuriates me. But let's get to this next point, is that musical diversity exists. There's no way that musical diversity doesn't exist. There's no way that there is less than 1,000 types of songs out there, types of music out there. And this only means that that there can be different personalities for different types of music. We don't have to be stuck on the same 5 or 6 types of music, which are, pop, metal, rock, hip-hop. 4 types of music. Now, where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is basically generational diversity exists too. Because in generational diversity, there's the older generation and there's the modern generation. That's basically what it is. And basically, the older generation is stereotypically supposed to be listening to classical and jazz, and the modern generation is supposed to be listening to the more recent genres, But the thing is that recent in music is like 50 years ago, so I don't know how that works. But what it basically says is that modern generations listen to more pop and things like that. 4, not the 6 that I said. 6 that I said. Now, yeah. Now, let's just give you an example to prove to you that generational diversity, generational judgment shouldn't even exist. Because, okay, I have my father in front of me, and you have me, and then we have classical and we have pop. So let me tell you a quick little story. I walked into my father's room and I found him just wiggling to pop, just dancing to pop. And so this morning, to calm down, I just caught myself just listening to Ode to Joy. So tell me right now, who's listening to what? Generational diversity shouldn't exist because anybody can listen to anything. It really depends on the personality. It's varied. It is extremely varied. Now, so basically I'm trying to say is that it's too much of a generalization. So let's think more inside a generation. So inside a generation, let's say the modern generation is supposed to be listening to pop, metal, hip-hop, things like that. And yeah, more than 80% of the time we are caught listening to that. But the thing about that is, let me just tell you a story, is, alright, me and I'm going to call him an acquaintance because it really wasn't my friend. Me and my acquaintance were sitting at the bus stop and we were waiting for a bus. And while we were waiting for a bus, we both took out our earphones and we started listening to our favorite song. So I like to put my music on blast. It's my favorite thing. Like I want to rip my eardrums. I don't care. I'll put it on blast. So the thing about that is that my acquaintance looked at me and he told me, "Why are you listening to hip hop?" And I looked at him and I'm like, how do you even hear me? He's like, "You have it on full blast. Why are you listening to it on full blast?" And I look at him and I'm like, "I like hip hop. This is the best." Yeah, and no, it's not the best. But it really depends. For me, it was the best. It still is for me. So he looks at me. Then he starts giving me he starts lecturing me on how rock is much better. And I tell him, I prefer hip-hop. Can you please stop trying to convert me to another type of music, okay? It's not religion, okay? I want to listen to my favorite type of music, please. But he just keeps on going on. So eventually he looks at me and he's like, hip-hop is dumb. This actually normally would anger me so much more, but because I was listening to a sad song and I was already about to cry, I was like, you know what, no, I'll just tell him to stop and not judge. I just told him to just don't judge, because just don't judge. I told him not to be that guy. Don't be that guy. So anyway, the point is that generational diversity, it can be in the same generation. I just wanted to go in depth and to prove that the type of music you listen to really depends on the personality. That's where I'm at for anyway, the point is that after everything, I feel like music is not portrayed the way that I want it to be. I feel like it isn't recognized the way that I want it to be, and I feel like it should be. After it does everything that it does, after it helped me with my bullying issue, after I just said that, the notes are engraved in our brain, after it uses both our hemispheres in an extremely simplified way. Does it not deserve recognition? Well, at the end, I just want to say, because this is what my speech is called anyway, what can music truly do for you? Mentally, what can it do? Thank you.